Hello, everyone. Everyone, I'm not going to specifically address you because who knows what platform this is going to end up on. But I did want to go over 2024's best books. I know I haven't been posting for a little while. Anything that I've reviewed, November took me for a loop. I think that's the saying. And I just didn't recover. So it's 2025, time to do something different. Figure I might as well go out with a bang. Hopefully it's a bang and not just a, with 20 views or something like that. Anyways, let's start with an honorable mention. And I do have notes, so please forgive me if I am referring to that old school. All right, honorable mention, Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I really didn't think I was going to like this book, but I did. I really enjoyed it. It still wasn't part of my top 10. I really did like it, but I do have to say, I don't understand this. They don't have magic. Psych, yes they do. I mean, is that a trope now? I mean, are we like, oh, surprise, they really are magical in the fantasy world? So I don't know how many more books I want to read like that. It was still good. It was still good. Okay, let's get to the actual top 10. And there are some that are ties. So number 10, I would say, has to fall in my top 10. And that's Scythe and the Scythe World by Neal Shusterman. Yes, this is a YA book, but it was a really good YA book. Very interesting. Just a page turner. As soon as I was done, I had to go buy the next. And as soon as I was done, I had to go buy the next. So it was a book series that sped me through, and I really enjoyed it. And number 9, The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. I am not a big historical fiction fan, but I have to say the fact that the female main character is such a badass, I really like this one. And I guess that's what I need. I need to see the strong female main character. And The Frozen River really was great. And I think I made a video on that. Number 8, Nobody's Perfect by Sally Kilpatrick. And also Rock Bottom Girl by Lucy Score. So let's go back to November of this year. November was a rough month, and I found myself with just an extra helping of ADD. I had a hard time paying attention to anything, and that includes reading my books. Since I wasn't filming any content, you would think I would have had more time, but I just pretty much consumed TikTok during that time. And I finally, about mid-November, said, oh, enough of this. I need to try to read. And so I thought, let's go for something different. Let's just go for some regular fiction. And I found Nobody's Perfect and Rock Bottom Girl. And these books are, they showcase a female main character in both books that are a little older. They're not in their 20s. It was fabulous. So I love reading a book that shows that life does not end. The story does not end in your 20s once you've married and had a kid, So these were great books. I enjoyed them a lot. Number 7 on my list. And, this could really fall higher up, but finding a place for them all. Reading books from independent authors, it's really fun. And this one was really good. And I think this is Paula Lafferty's debut novel, La Vida Guinevere. Great book. It kind of satisfied that Outlander time travel itch, romantasy, time travel, somewhere in the UK. It was cool. It was lots of fun just following the story. I really enjoyed it. Maybe in 2025 I might finally actually read the Outlander series. I'm only comparing it to Outlander because I've seen the TV show. Of course, I did stop when they moved to America. Sorry. I had no interest after that. Okay, number 6. I was going to have to mention her, and I know, I've heard we don't want to give a lot of props here, but Court of Mist and Fury and Kingdom of Ash, both tying, and really the series from both the Throne of Glass series and the ACOTAR series. I enjoyed them very much. They're a great way to get back into reading if you're thinking about that. I can't recommend that enough. Okay, number 5. So over the years, I've been reading books by Shannon Mayer because she tends to write books showcasing an older female, which when I say older, I'm talking like 30. I'm not talking, 60 or something, but an older female. And I found the Midlife Vampire Hunter series. Okay, so this main character, Bree, is a hunter of many different kinds of monsters, right? Vampire Hunter is just the most recent monster that she's hunting. Bree was a great main character. I enjoyed watching her over all the books. I think there was 8 or 9, and I did read them over probably the last 3 years or so. I loved it. Fast-paced, lots of fun with the magic system and the realness of New Orleans. It was just neat. I enjoyed that, and I'm glad that Shannon Mayer gave her a good ending with the last book. Number 4, from my Shiro Jodi Picoult, Mad Honey. Loved that book. It was one of the first books that I read in 2024, and it was really hard for books to measure up after that one. Can't recommend her and her books enough. Great book. Number 3, I think this is, the biggest hyped duology on Book Talk right now, but that's the One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns duology. I loved the writing. So Rachel Gillig, these are her debut novels, I guess, and she is a masterful writer. So her writing is beautiful. It's just lovely and easy to read, and everything is great. Loved those two books. Coming at number 2, a book I did not think I would like as much as I did like it, and that's Fourth Wing. And I've seen a lot out there. Oh, Fourth Wing is over. It's so good. It's so good. And in this case, yeah, Violet's like, what, 18, 19, 20? I don't know. She's just a youngster, but it's still good. And I guess I'm a big dragon nerd. So I loved Fourth Wing. I loved Iron Flame. And on January 21st, I will be, after work, somewhere buying Onyx Storm. And I'm so sad. I will be so sad if TikTok doesn't make it for us to be talking about that after we're done reading. But anyways, number 1 is Abby Jimenez. And I think for her, Abby creates characters and puts them in places that I can relate to. The characters are just so fun. And they just seem real. And the way she builds up their character, the way she has them relate to each other, the way she weaves, characters of that might be like her dogs, Tess. There's one I still need to read that apparently has Stuntman Mike in it. Just love it. A lot of pop culture references. Her books are just fun to read. And so in 2024, I read Part of Your World. See my reading buddy here? Part of Your World. And I loved it. And that was one of the last books I read in 2024. 2025, one of her books was also the first I read. But let me tell you, I don't think I can ever listen to the song More Than Words by Extreme the same way ever again without laughing. Her books really made an impression on me, and I loved it. So 2024 was a great year. I wish I was convinced that 2025 would be as good of a year. So I hope everybody has a great week this week, and I hope it's a great week for TikTok too. Thanks.